Here we are, G-Dog. Day
7.
Well,
8.
no, it's kind of
I think the days are
end of 7, beginning of 8. We didn't actually do a full 2 days last. We did 2 days, but we only did like a few hours on Saturday and a few hours on Sunday.
That's still 2 days.
Well, it's still 2 days, technically. So we'll, for the purpose of the video, we'll say it's day 8. Because it is 8 days. It's 8 days on this course. That's what we're trying to do. So whether we do 8 days worth of work, it's day 8 and we are here. And we have lots and lots of goodies that have turned up for greening and adding. Although I think G-Dog's going to a wedding.
Hey,
they look good. He says they look good. We have to trust the G-Dog. The G means green. The green dog.
I am a green dog.
And yeah, like I said in the last video, we're going to use a different technique for grass. So basically what we've done is we've been snipping these into like a 3 to 5 mil section. And this has gone quite fluffy. It's probably could do with putting in a blender and buzzing up a little bit. There is one down here.
I don't think a blender is going to work with that small string.
Well, maybe.
We could try it.
We got one. Don't matter if we burn it out. We could give it a go. And then I spent a little while, and this does take ages.
You say a little while. How long was a little while?
Actually, it wasn't that bad. I only spent a couple of hours on this.
A couple of hours for that? For this?
Yeah.
I spent 10 minutes and got this?
Yeah. So this is ultra fine. This is nylon cord that I used to trim this up. There's only about 2 meters worth in there, but it has actually given you quite a lot.
It's a good effect.
Yeah, and it's really nice and fine. But you do need a sharp pair of scissors, a good hand, and and boredom. Yeah.
I was struck. I mean, I use these scissors. Look, they're perfect.
Yeah, perfectly blunt.
And with old hands, I was getting a bit of crap.
Yeah, I did. I could only do like a meter at a time before I had to kind of break away. And yes,
you went to the builders merchants.
I did.
And you found some bits in the builders merchants.
Did I?
Didn't you?
Which builders merchants?
Which one did you go to?
You on about this? Yeah. You on about these? It wasn't a builders merchants. This was found in one of your local, like B&M.
Right,
yeah, like like the Range, B&M, Costco, I guess would probably sell something like this. The Range was the Bloom, and these are £1 a pop. So I took the lot. I think there was like 20 left. So yeah, this is the company. They probably are all over the place. Those in the UK will recognise the the label. Poundland, B&M. I don't know. Does Poundland still exist?
It does.
Oh,
it's not. It's about 20 quid now. It's not a pound.
yeah. And so yeah, this was a good buy. These are lovely. These are nice and small, really kind of pretty. You know, we wanted to try and get blossoms and like the Japanese feel to go throughout. So yeah, and we're also going to be firing up the geisha and seeing what it looks like with some water and a fogger over it as well. We're going to take the fog from the other waterfall. It's quite easy to get to, and we're going to try some different effects. There's a big hole there. It's fine.
You have a hole.
Yeah, we'll put something on the bottom of it. It's fine. Put some duct tape on it.
Duct tape it and
that'd be fine. It's quite funny. I've had a couple of messages. A little bit skeptical about this.
Which way?
Well, just a bit random.
They don't like it?
Yeah, maybe so. I think maybe people feel it's a little random, but I think once it's all dressed up and we've got the temples all dotted around, we've got other monuments and statues, it'll start to make a bit more sense. And I think once it's got all the green and grass, it's meant to look like an ancient rock carving in a waterfall. I think it'll be all right. I think we've got to believe in the process.
Look, because it's different.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody's done what we've done.
Yeah, of course.
So they're going to be like, oh, I don't like it.
Yeah. So the geisha falls is what it's called. So we'll see. We just got to decide, we're wondering whether we do the mist and the fog coming down her or whether we do water and fog. We're going to find out this weekend and see which one looks better. Also find out where the hell it's all going to go.
Don't go back in the pot.
we got problems, but we've also got to put a lot of greenery. We've got some trees coming out of her. We've got some moss being put on her, so she'll soften right up into the background and look more like she's been there for a few thousand years.
You know, it is very sceptical, and I kind of understand it, but this is like in your face, isn't it?
Because nothing. It's all very. It's all.
Tone this down now.
Yeah, look, so this is, we're just putting some green and we're just carrying the dirt. We're going to do the dirt process throughout. It already looks dirty if you see where I've left it. I deliberately left areas and it already has a natural mud look with the rock coming through. And I think once we start greening up these areas, putting trees in place, it's really going to start to pop. But yeah, we're just going to put natural dirt in areas because it does actually give a slightly different effect. You can see this real nice scaled look here, and this is natural. We're just gluing this down with white glue because there's no water, so we don't need to. Once the glue's set, it just adheres and stays there. Well, it might actually get a little bit of wear, which will look great against the rocks because you'll get the rock come through and the mud disappear. And we're getting the course laid.
Oh.
Look at these beauties. These are Bondi. It's a terrible impression of Miyagi.
Yeah.
I might put Cobra Kai or Miyagi Den somewhere.
Could 3D printer coat? Yeah. Two little figures.
Yeah, Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. Doing the crane.
That crane.
I think so. Yeah, up on the here, look, do the Karate Kid right on that tip.
And one on
doing up here, doing the crane kick.
Yeah.
So these are really good. They're plastic, obviously, but they are cheap as.
They were cheap, actually. I think that one, I got a pack of 3.
Yep.
And I think they were about £5
Oh, that's all right.
for 3.
Yeah, and they're good size. You know, that's a good 5 inches of tree by. Well, it's a 5x5 tree.
Roughly. Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Look at it.
It's going to look good.
Oh, it looks superb. AliExpress, guys. This is where you need to go, and you get a little free pot with a bit of grass in it.
Well, that was the bit. I kind of got.
What? Oh, a bit of polystyrene.
A bit of polystyrene with green on it.
Yeah,
but that's how you're supposed to put it. But this, as you say, look, that is going to look.
It's going to look so good.
Awesome. The only thing I was a little bit is it doesn't come with any
roots.
Yeah,
but we could do that with the coin cloth.
So I got
plastic.
They're plastic. Everything's plastic.
You could use that as a rig stand, axle stand. Anyway. Make use of everything. We never know.
So you got a pack of 3 for I think about £6, something like that.
All right, where's the bag?
Now I got a big one.
This
was the biggest one I could buy.
Bonsai.
This was
that big.
Yeah, it doesn't say the size.
Open it out. We'll see how big it is.
Look at that. Look at. I mean, again, look. You get that nice bit of
grass.
green.
Yeah.
Oh,
this somewhere. There you go. Look at that bad boy.
I think because you wanted one on top.
Yeah, well, I think, somewhere.
Kind of here.
Yeah.
I think that's just going to look.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll try and get it because I think we need to have it so it comes hanging off maybe like, stay in there. Stay in there.
I do have. Oh. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, these are kind of overhang like bonsais do. I think that would be really good if I could actually get it to stay.
And again, a slightly different
shape. Yeah.
So these look really cool. I also got some slightly. I'm going to get 2 of them.
Yeah, a couple of two. Looks like there's 2 of those in there.
Oh no, this is one bonsai, but. Must be similar.
Yeah, similar sizing, just a slightly different shape.
Maybe that one just comes separate.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, and
another bonsai. Look at that. That's got a little bit down the bottom there.
This one's a different shape.
That's more like a overhang in a rock.
You said you wanted to go bonsai.
Well, we're going Japan, so I think it needs to be themed. It's got to have the theme. Look at that. Excellent.
I mean, that's quite nice.
That's cool.
And we still have more.
We still got more.
Yeah,
G-Dog blew the budget.
I went a bit mad.
This is why today's video will be shaky, because we've got no budget left.
I thought that one was quite nice. You know,
cool,
it's
isn't it?
kind of
They look great on the
dangling.
camera. Really vibrant. The green really does pop against the
Yeah, I
background.
mean, that's what you wanted, though, wasn't it?
yeah.
And you wanted a lot of green, but we kind of...
Well, the Japanese mountains are very green and very muddy, very green, and we kind of want more. Okay, cool.
And I got this one.
Oh, he's got a blossom one. A very pretty looking one. Oh, yeah, check that out. That looks super vibrant.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it literally pops. Absolutely pops.
I might eventually get some more of these coloured ones.
I think they would
Or
look good.
we could pop all these off.
Well, you could do,
and
but I think
spray 'em.
for how cheap they really are, you just do another
It's
order.
cheap when you're buying one, but when you're buying a lot...
Agreed.
So there. And I do... We have a little bit more.
Okay, just keep going. More bonsai tree.
Last one. I think, yeah, last one. So this was like a snake bonsai.
Oh, okay. It's got like a weird texture to it, like a bobbly texture.
Kind of a snake. So
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it might have a snake pass or a snake canyon or a
maybe.
snake
Yeah.
view or something where we could put that.
Put that
or
somewhere.
a dragon's view or something.
Yeah.
Because you've got that kind
Well,
of...
we got the little Buddha, thing up there. Once we've finished painting that up, we could bring that in and put a couple of these trees round it and stuff like that.
Yeah, possibly.
So it really does look like nice.
So that, quite a few there. That, I mean, there's quite a variety. Obviously, when you go on the whole course...
Yeah, it's
not going to go
it's
far.
not going to go far, but we're going to go do a scavenge hunt tomorrow for a load of moss as well. Get that on here. What else you get in the bag?
Right.
It's got loads of just little bits.
What I did is I bought just some random colour. That was like a bag of... I don't really know what it was.
It looks like a bag of blossom.
Like a blossom, I suppose.
Yeah,
Like a blossom.
yeah, it's like a blossom. It's like got a little purple fleck in it. That's quite nice.
I bought some,
Yeah.
which we can obviously either cut. I know they're a little bit big.
Oh yeah, but we can, in the background, I think they'd be absolutely fine.
Pound. Right, you took the mickey out of these.
Gonna put them on your cravat.
No, I think these would be pretty good. Right. What you do is you pop these off.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look
And
at that!
It just becomes a bush.
And everybody thought G-Dog was just stupid.
Yeah, see, I do come up with some good bits. So I think these were nearly £2 a pop for these, but these would be worth getting quite a lot of because, again, then you can
lose
that.
the actual So that's the key, isn't it? Is when you get these things, instead of using it as a solid piece, you're breaking it down and using the entirety for different things as well. So
yeah, you put quite
a couple
few
of those
them
together.
bits. It looks quite good. You just take that off.
Yeah,
So
excellent.
that's what I thought of those. I did get a lot of white flowers because, again, individually these are tiny.
Yeah, but again, these will look quite good on some insides and maybe some of the bonsais. We can weave these into them just to break them up a little bit. I purchased these ones as well, which these have got quite a lot of stems. That's not for £1. I mean, for £1. I mean, come on.
You can't beat that. I mean, I'm going to do it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
You just pull that off and just look.
Yeah, job done.
It's instant, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Super clean, easy to do.
Or you can kind of just leave it as that.
Yep. Yeah, so, and again, these were £1 a pop as well. And again, these are separate as well. So you can see all the little stems that you can pluck individual bits off it if you wanted to.
I think the art of it is when you're building a course, especially when a lot of people in America have got courses this size.
Yeah, of course,
they're looking for cheap ways to do it.
Yeah, so this was all AliExpress. And if you basically put in silk plants or fake plants, this is kind of the range we've gone for. Not the model railway stuff, the actual faker stuff, and then go for the slightly smaller, more decorative bits and bobs, and that will give you a good range, and they are cheap.
They are. This was one that you wanted because you said it would look really good. For me, that was £1.69.
Yeah. That corner there. That's right.
Oh, well, okay.
That's where it's going to go.
Okay.
Draping down that corner. Just a couple of strands, and we'll put another one somewhere else as well.
I only got one of those.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, it comes with a few strands, so that's not a problem. But yeah, so there you go, guys. A really cost effective way. You got to look for the right things. These are garden fake plants. Your local cheap pound shops is where you want to be looking for, especially this time of year. These are all for those lazy gardeners like myself who can't be bothered to plant real stuff, but they're great. And then on AliExpress, obviously they do have fake trees. You can get fake conifers, fake box plants, and these are the type of things that people would kind of just decorative displays and stuff like that. So again, really cheap, really simple, and yeah, first load in. I don't know how far it's going to go, but okay. I noticed you brought one of the moss mats.
Yes. It was nice. It's nice. £2.50.
I mean, if you were doing an 8x4 sheet, this stuff would be perfect. I don't know how well it would last spinning on it, but it's felt backed. But for dressing up and stuff like that, it's really good. And you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for 25 quid, you could have a complete tabletop with rocks on it.
And they do different ones.
Yeah, I know they do. Yeah,
this one.
Yeah. This is for model railway and tabletop stuff. So
yeah, I wanted to see what it was like against our, the really cheap grass.
Yeah. I mean, this is just artificial grass, which you can use a pair of scissors and trim off. It's quite bulky. It's very difficult to camouflage into the terrain because it's very in your face and can be quite difficult to kind of glue and merge in. But
I do have as I say in the video later, I'll show them how to kind of do something with it to make it a little bit better.
But yeah, there we go. So we are, yeah.
I think that, I mean, that's the surprise for today for you. And
then tomorrow we'll go to the woods, grab a load of moss, and yeah, tomorrow, by the end of the play tomorrow, it's going to look very, very different. Right, enough of this chit chat. Let's get some shit chat.
Let's get going.
Oh look, got a suntan.
Has the sun been out?
Well,
where?
Has been last week.
I know. I've gone a bit red myself.
I know.
They're going to notice this as well. Have you noticed this? Look.
What you got? Oh yeah, you donked yourself.
Yeah, I'll tell you how it happened. It's funny.
Oh, you can remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? I was doing a sink. I was laying down on the floor.
Right.
Trying to tighten up the sink. The taps.
Yeah.
Dropped the spanner out my hand.
What a spanner?
What a spanner.
All right, so we have coloured up most of the mountains, the stones. As you can see, this definitive colour change between each section. It looks so nice, so good. How all this dirt and brown amongst all the rocks and everything like that. So yeah, really happy with how it's turned out. We've got this, the green against the backdrop up here just looks spectacular as well. It's nice, vibrant green appearing. So we've got this, we're going to paint up this guy and yeah, get these all fixed in as a bonsai up on the top of the tree as well. So looks super cool. But what we're actually going to do now is we've PVA glued the track, although has that been PVA'd yet?
No, that's painted. That doesn't.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so we've PVA'd the wood. The rest of it is all painted because we are going to be using a self-leveling compound. Now that can be a little bit pricey. It's about £20 a bag, so it's not too bad. We have brought 2 bags because 1 bag I don't think is going to be quite enough.
Yes. And
we're going to go 5mm thick, so it's going to give us a good flat flow across everywhere.
5mm-ish.
5mm-ish.
Yeah, we can't tell.
And then that will also feed underneath the rocks. And we'll just butter up everything round the outside edge of the course up against the terrain as well. So you'll lose some of those kind of mucky edges because it will feather into it. If we've got enough, we may end up just self-leveling everywhere and then just draw the track on, or the road on later when we put all the grass and the mud around. But we'll see how we get on first. We have got, turn the camera around. We have got some noodles. This is 5mm. Well, it's for doing. Assistant. Excellent. We have got So basically, this is what you would put around your skirting board and your new laminate flooring to allow for expansion and de-expansion through hot and cold weather.
I've never done that.
You've never done that? Do you just leave a gap? Yeah.
Most people do.
Yeah, well, I'm not me. I do it properly, you see. And this, basically what we're going to do is use this as an edging, kind of heat glue it along the edge, and then the self-leveling compound will have a really nice clean edge to go up against. And that does leave an area in which we can do it. So I think we may need the hot glue gun, although that might just heat away a little bit, but we shall see. We only need to tack it down. Just on the bends, I think, just to keep it within the bend.
Well, hopefully. Or we
go for it. I think 2 bags will go for it. I think
it will. I think that's going to be the problem.
Well, we can edge it with this, just to get the level over the top of it.
Yeah, we could do.
Yeah, I think we'll get the bridge in place, and we'll get this on it, so at least that way we've got so it doesn't pour off the sides.
Yeah.
But I think 2 bags at 25 kilos at 5 mil should be more than enough to cater for this. Well, there's only one way to find out.
There is. So let's get on with it.
Let's do it. All right, so we just noodled that end. We're going to keep all that open, filled the gaps, keep all that, and then all I've done is basically, another thing you can do is just put a line of silicone. So that's a good 5 mil trace line all the way there, just to keep the self-leveling to stay in-house. And what we'll do is we'll pour the middle, so you pour the liquid right in the middle, and we'll work our ways to the edges, and we shall see where 2 bags get us. Hopefully we'll get a good, we want 5, but we'll be happy with 3 or 4 mil, to be fair, and that should get us pretty far all the way here. It's about 4 meters. Each bag does about 4 square meters at 3 mil. So yeah, we shall see how we get on. So what it means by that, if anyone doesn't know what a square meter is, it means that there's 1 meter by 1 meter square. You got the G-Dog? What's the matter?
I didn't realise you was videoing something.
What did you say?
I was going to say, did you notice out there the manhole? When the farmer realised that the manhole's not a drive-over manhole, it collapsed. That must have been funny.
Yeah, so we can, that's basically a meter square. So 1 meter up, 1 meter across, 1 meter down, 1 meter across, and then that is your 1 meter square. So the bags will do 4 meters square at 3 mil thick. And I'm probably teaching everyone how to suck eggs, but that's how it works. So hopefully we've got enough out 2 bags to get right round. G-Dog's going to fire up the bread mixer. It's got no power, Captain. In his Sunday best. Oh, he's not wearing his Sunday best shoes though. It's just his Sunday best shirt.
No, this is a work shirt.
It is now.
No, it was because I'm fed up. I just need some new shirt. This one?
Yeah. The flex one goes on first. So this is a flex, which means it has a bit of movement, and then this doesn't say it's a flex, but I reckon it probably is. I did have a look. It says it's walkable in 3 hours, so it's pretty good. All right, here we go again. G-Dog! Oh. We caught him in the act. Right, here we go, guys. Look at that. We have ourselves a drift road. This is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice. No, it's not. Oh, it is good.
It's smooth. There's a,
Yeah, well, we're going to have a few little lumps and bumps. We knew that. We can get rid of it, but we didn't want it. We want to be able to get like a little bit of a weight shift, like it's kind of little tiny rivets in the road. But that is definitely smooth enough to do it. G-Dog's been down here with the lights off because do you not like going to turn the lights on?
No, because I can't afford the electric.
I'm going to turn the lights on.
Yeah,
look, we're all the way over here. This is all done. This has come up lovely. Oh, it's super nice. Look at that. Oh, and there's the lights. Or a 180 grit or a 200 grit, and just give it a quick sand over the top. But it has, yeah, it's gone nice. Really happy with it. And it's pretty good. I mean, there's a little bit of movement. We've got a little bit there that just needs repairing, but that once that gets painted, that'll be fine. A few little bits there. Just right. Oh, there's a nice little lump there. just there. A little bit of a hump there.
Well, roads aren't flat, are they?
No. We wanted it to be a road. There's a few little bits that we can deal with, but yeah.
You know, I think if you just run that over it, just to take like the little scrapes off.
Yeah, possibly.
You can just feel it there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let me know in the comments if you've ever seen anything quite like a G-Dog. I mean, like this track. It's amazing how just these last few steps that we've been doing has... oh, please, don't let me stop you.
Look, you're videoing.
Oh, any excuse.
Another biscuit.
It's incredible how these last few steps have just absolutely transformed the area. And last night we did the self-leveling compound throughout the whole drift course, or drift road. It's not a course, it's a road. And I am actually, I can't believe how insane this place looks.
It's incredible, isn't it, really?
This is just, it's phenomenal.
And this really, when you think about it, I mean, this is just the base coat.
Yeah, we've still got all the detail and everything. Yeah. So we're going to put a wash on the road. We're going to put a black wash to basically allow the top coat to adhere, because like I've said before in previous videos, if you just simply top coat this type of thing, it creates a thin skin between the material underneath and the paint, and then it will just start to flake. So you do always have to prime or base any material like this to get it done. So we're going to get that done as well. We're going to clear up, we're going to go and forage, and we're going to really we'll go to town the green. I just love this green just popping out.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. And we've been talking last night or this morning, this ledge right at the back here where you can see the kind of brown fluff sticking out. We're actually going to build a plate behind in there, and we're going to build a little Chinese or Japanese village with all the little lanterns and that right up in the distance, so it won't get knocked by any vehicle because you physically can't get over there. But we're going to put a village up on top of the mound, which is just going to look, it's just going to look so good. The road has just really cleaned it up as well. Alright guys, so we're just adding the artificial grass in a few areas now, and just putting it around the outside edge of the track, just where we've got these smallish areas. We've actually 3D printed some proper like Armco barriers, which are road barriers, and they'll go up against the grass, so that as you come drifting around this corner, you'll be able to touch your back end on the Armco barrier and head off around the area. And yeah, it's amazing what a bit of green can start to do with it. G-Dog is just gluing down everything. And yeah, we're just going to keep adding some green, and then we're got to do all the mud, and then yeah, try and get this all sealed and painted as well, so that could be off ready for next time we're down here. But yeah, definitely getting some character to it now. Starting to break up all that stone with just this splash of green everywhere. We've still got loads of green to go, so yeah, looking forward to seeing what it's going to look like. Alright, G-Dog slapping the paint.
Definitely.
And I have made another 50-50 wash. So this is a black wash that I'm going to be using, a 4-inch roller. This is a gloss roller because I don't want it too textured. And I am going to, I'll get the first coat on, which will be dry by the time I even get around the other side, because it's just going to suck it up like a sponge. And Gito's been putting some grass around the areas. I've been putting bushes and trees up in places. And it really does break everything up. Looks so cool. But this light road is going to now be dark, and that's something that we will have to decide which route we go. Whether we go like a graphite grey. It's got to be a dark road. We know that. And so, yeah. This is what it looks like now. There we go. So that's 2 coats. Now I didn't actually end up using a 4-inch roller, because what it was doing was creating 4-inch lines, and well, it was very formatted and it didn't look organic enough. So what I did is I used a rag in my hands, which are now clean, but weren't clean a minute ago, and ragged the whole thing twice, and you can see you got these slightly lighter scuffs, even though it's had 2 coats all over the place. Sometimes I guess you just run over areas, and you've got a lot of this imperfection coming through, which just really does add to an old road. It's smooth, but it's just got the, you know, the trowel marks or some, you know, slightly rounder marks in it. And I think once you line it, you can see all this mottled effect coming through here, just looking super cool. I mean, it's dry instantly. It has dried really quickly, and I think we'll
dark under there, isn't it?
It's definitely dark under there. We're going to see how this goes. We just don't want to overdo it. I don't want it to look too monocolor, so having all these little textures come through just looks a lot more organic along the road. And by ragging it, it means that we haven't got roller lines everywhere, and it's just, yeah, I mean, it really does look super good as you come around there. So yeah, I think we'll leave it as this, and we'll assess later on. But yeah, definitely a messy job. And now I've got to go back round and just brush up anything that I've got, you know, around the bottom edges and stuff like that. But we've got a lot of dirt to sprinkle around some of the edges as well, to create a, you know, just here, this is all going to be dirt. So we're going to create an edge where the road meets the dirt, but it's not movable. So that's going to be cool. So we've been going flat out because we've only had really kind of one day this weekend in hours, really. And yeah, the just put in the odd little bit here and there has really started to break it up. We haven't actually had a chance to go out and do a moss run today because we ended up doing some rubbish runs, and well, and now it's pouring down with rain. So, yeah, I didn't fancy getting wet. So we're definitely going to go along the moss route, because this just looks absolutely, it's just right. We did try a little patch of the nylon grass and the cord grass, and for this project it just doesn't look right. It just doesn't, it's the wrong colouring. It
too vibrant.
It doesn't have enough detail to it, and that's the beauty of moss. Let me spin the camera around. Moss just adds that really ultra realism to the course, other than patches of grass. The sawdust method is really good because it's a bit like this dirt method. It just gives a green texture, a green colour, looking like there's short grass or something there. Whereas if you really want it looking lush, moss is your best friend. This stuff's dry because it's from the other course, so we can just silicone it down, and then we can just rehydrate it and allow it to come back to life. And if it doesn't, then you can actually just, once it goes brown, just spray it with some acrylic paint and you can have it back to green in no time. And it just looks right.
But saying that, you know, we were discussing it. Yes, it looks great on the terrain and looks great everywhere. But actually round the
edge of the road, we've actually got artificial grass.
This kind of, you know,
kind of kept lawn.
Yeah,
it does look fine on this edge. Maybe because it is only little small patches just around the area. We have got a little patch just up the top there, but what we've done in the old course before is we'll do a patch of that, and then we'll actually glue some moss to the top of it as well, and that really just helps break it up. But yeah, it's
coming together now.
Yeah, it really is coming together. I wonder if we pull the mister out and give that a good, see if the mister works on that. Put it in a pot of water at the top.
Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. Again.
I found a tree.
Yeah, there's a tree. You figured out a problem to our plan, haven't you?
Well, do you know, there it is.
But it's integrated, isn't it? We covered it up with a lot of rocks and stuff.
I can't remember if we siliconed and glued.
It's in there. That's all we need to know.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, well, I mean, the only next thing we can do is put a pump on it and put some water and see what happens.
Oh, you really? There's still a hole in the bottom.
Oh, we've got duct tape. It'll be fine.
No, I'll tell you what we could do.
We could put another pot at the bottom.
No, if we just silicone and screw it through, it'll work. All right, there it is.
Ooh, bushies.
I wanted to smoke machine.
Yeah, note to self. Make sure the plug's not in the water when you're pouring. Can't blame G-Dog for that one. Thanks, G-Dog. You'll plug that one in for me, won't you?
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, well, this shouldn't go crazy.
Stand on the track. It's breaking the geisha.
Right.
Is it going to be a geisha gusher?
Could be a gusher. Right, you ready?
Well, hang on. Why do I get the wet end? Why do I've got to plug it in? Right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's a lot more powerful than I thought.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I didn't expect it to kick that much out.
it's a big pump.
Yeah, but it's the height. I wasn't expecting it to be able to push that higher that quick. No. Yeah, she's
a gusher.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's get a towel and rethink this plan. All right. So what we've now done is cut the pipe back and siliconed up the hole, and I put this tube in there. So what this enables it to do is kind of fill up without splashing up over the cloth. And we're now going to see where it goes, maybe? I don't know. The last few attempts we had, it kind of sat on top of the geisha's head. It didn't work. And it's gone down the side of the road. It's gone down here. It's not meant to do that. So we did leave it lower on this front edge. So the plan was as that trough filled, it would then just fold over the top. So we're going for the original plan, and let's just hope the silicone is waterproof.
Sorry?
So is the silicone waterproof?
Oh, really?
What?
Every silicone is waterproof,
Yeah,
yes?
but does it say waterproof?
Hang on. It will. Hang on. Bacteria and mold resistant.
Okay, check.
Bacterial growth.
Okay, check.
And nothing about waterproof.
It doesn't say it's waterproof.
No. It's sanitary.
Okay, cool.
Now, sanitary is normally...
Okay, right. Well, you know what? Push the button and we'll see what happens.
Look, it's bacterial resistant.
All right, let's do this. Let's see what happens. I know, I suspect it will bubble a little bit at this top. Let's see how much.
Fire in the hole!
I've turned the pump right down. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a much calmer.
Oh, that's nice. I can see that.
Yeah, that's lovely. That is. I hope that holds. That hasn't had any time to dry, so it's very.
You put half a tube of silicone down.
Oh, that's getting very close.
Oh.
No, it's going everywhere. Right. So that there is an issue because it's just literally getting to that seam and folding down, and it's doing the same on the other side. But it did kind of work.
Oh yeah, but hang on, because that it might go back.
No, it's going down that way.
Oh,
there's a big hole,
that's
and that's where it's heading down.
Okay.
Right. Plan B is
glue some rocks along the top.
Yeah, good news is the water's holding in the trough. So with a smoker in there as well, that'll fold with the water.
Yeah.
But we do have to.
And that pump's as low as it can go.
That pumps. I forget how good those little Eheim pumps are. All right, let's see what we can do. All right, we're going to have to readdress this because what we need, we do not have. So what we've got to try and do is bring these levels up a little bit higher. So what we need is another 5-litre ice cream tub to actually cone into that one, which will raise it up. We can put the hose into that one and then channel the water a little bit more direct. The pump's just a little bit quicker than we expected, even on slow. Even when we're putting some floss filter in it, it's still just pumping quicker than we can actually get it over the head and down. Remember, this wasn't meant to be, you know, an oofing great big waterfall like we've got next door. It was just meant to cascade really nicely and slowly over the top of her so that we don't get too much splashing. So we're going to have to reconvene and attempt something later on with that. But I think it'll work. We just got to get this last bit figured out. Plus, we can't afford any water to go down. This isn't waterproof like the track next door, so we can't afford for that to happen. But other than that, I think we're doing all right.
Oh, you always do it. I'm trying to make myself look pretty. I know it's impossible, but hey.
All right, so there we go. We managed to muscle another day. So that is day 8 done. And
see what I mean?
Yeah. We'll get rid of it. And it's really started to come alive now. I mean, it's popped. Just insane. A little bit of a technical issue with the water feature, but we'll sort it out. You know, we'll get there. You know, live and learn. But just adding these artificial green plants and the blossoms and the colour is just.
Do you know what's blown it for me? It's the track.
The track has definitely made it pop.
It's made the whole thing pop, and grassing around the track
to come together.
Yeah,
yes, so we are in darkness, but on the next video, we're going to let you into a little sneak peek of what we're doing with lights. Shiny.
Okay.
I think we'll
do you know what?
We'll reveal all of what we're doing with the lights next week, and you can do a lot of wiring.
Yeah, under the table. Hang on. Right. End video.
So if you want to see what we're going to be doing and how we're going to light up the road, not so much, well, there is going to be some dioramas. We've got a big idea right on the back corner, which is just there where G-Dog's head was. There's going to be something lit up in that back corner. And also over in this corner up here, we're going to put something that lights up. And, well, I think we need to get some foggers as well, don't we?
Yes.
Get some misting machines, get them in there so we can really see what the effect is.
I think for us, this has just given us a total new kind of way of looking at our courses.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They'll have to tune in next time to figure out how we turn this darkness into lightness.
Brightness.
Yeah. Right, guys. See you on the next one.
Take care.
See ya.